Hello and welcome to Perils and Princesses, our sweet revenge campaign. I am Final Form Jeff because this might be our last session or second to last session.
Good to know.
We have finally made it to
penultimate.
The penultimate.
Which means last week was the anti-penultimate.
Yeah, or Form 2, and then you get Form 3. We'll see.
No,
it's like a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah. Or Elden Ring, which is the one that I actually beat.
There you go.
All right, so
or Demon Souls from the original, because that's the only one I've ever beat.
I didn't play the Atari that much.
Let's talk about Soulsborne games more.
Soulsborne games. There's the Lies of P, which is a very good
Excellent.
one. There's Elden Lilies, which is a 2D version, also very good. I would recommend.
Okay.
Also great soundtrack for that one. And there is another Crab's Treasure, which is like a comedy Dark Souls that will kick your ass still.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Isn't there like microplastics in that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
You're fighting microplastics? Yeah. Is that one?
Yeah.
That's
well,
awesome.
You use it for currency.
That's awesome.
And you complain the entire time. Oh, it's really funny. It's
a Soulsborne game, so I probably would be complaining like all the time. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I complained a lot when I was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring, Dark Souls, of course, and Sekiro, Bloodborne. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, fuck Bloodborne. Sorry.
No.
I love the aesthetic. I hate the game.
Yes.
Piss me off.
Maybe try Lies of P.
I don't got time for that stuff. I'm playing Blueprints now, so that's pretty much consumed my life at this point. Whenever I'm not doing work and stream stuff, just playing Blueprints all the time.
So like 5 minutes a week.
Basically, like 20. Every run was like 20 minutes, but I've gotten pretty far, and so now my runs are like an hour and a half long. So it's just like, okay, this is taking up too much time now. I thought this was supposed to be like a casual game, and now I'm like, it's like Myst 1997 all over again. It's crazy, like crazy.
No ability to save sounds awful.
What does this mean? What should I do now? Losing.
I got stuck in repo with that because I got better and better, and now it's like 2 hours before I die, and it's like no.
Yeah, one more week and I can play video games full time. It's great. One more week.
School's almost done. All
so
right, so close, and yet so far.
Or I'm just gonna get fired. One of the two.
And in the end, it doesn't even matter. Anyway, Derek knew what I was doing. Last time on Perils and Princesses, our princesses found that they had lost a day at the Eternal Ball and were at evening time on the 4th day of their week to save the world, essentially. Looking out into the darkening candied forest, they decided to avoid the best, most awesome, super cool moose encounter that I was really proud of. Moose was a creature that I built myself, by the way.
Nice.
Very
nice.
You just ran away.
That we avoided it then.
I did make it tough.
Last week would have been
definitely had a lot of attack, yes.
Yeah, we probably would be playing tonight if it was for that. So you're welcome.
No, I think the moose would have been really fun. With some quick wit checks, the princesses escaped into the night and managed to navigate around a more active forest. Even the dark chocolate night, searching for stray victims to capture, was dodged. Making it to Deerhollow, the princesses realized the ambient noise of the village was even quieter than before. They headed to the town hall, hoping to reunite Ethan Ellis, whom they had recently rescued from the ball, with his wife, Maya. However, when they got there, they found that Baz wasn't guarding the door anymore. And upon entering, only 5 figures could be found huddled around some candles near the far wall from them. They found Rory the kid, Jeff's favorite, Gerald the baker, Rory's father, Connie the courier, whom Melissa had a quest with, and luckily rolled her save, Theo the mayor, and Maya the blacksmith, who was still human as well, though looking worse for wear as a group. Maya and Ethan enjoyed an evening of peace for the first time in years, and as thanks, Maya promised her best work to the princesses in the morning at the blacksmith. This turned out to be a sword designed to look like a clock hand that allowed the wielder to attack twice. Adelaide also helps Connie send messages to her family via the magical wooden bird that can fly out of the Tanglewood forest. And in exchange, Connie gave her the Wayfarer's boots, which allow somebody to teleport with their friends, which is, not useful at all. And it's never going to get used in this campaign.
Without their friends. Just saying.
Or without their friends. We can go many ways at the end of this campaign. The princesses sat together, discussed, and distributed all of the items that they've gathered so far in this campaign, figuring out who best to give the bows to, the spears, the wands, and the swords. In the morning, after a quick trip to the blacksmith and a quicker rummage at the Laughing Goat Inn for resources, the princess started a series of challenges on their trek to the tower. The pressure of the confectionery curse on the woods around the was more dense, and the sort of the dark chocolate night was about, and then they had to get across the Blue Thread River via a tree that they felled, and finally using Gallicrow stick body to make stilts, they crossed the chocolate pudding marshes to make it to the base of the tower. The princesses found that the front entrance was guarded by a pair of mint chocolate constructs, but upon giving them the password, they are now able to enter the maw of this dark tower. So, as you stand outside the tower, looking up at sort of this figure of a tower, just with the moonlight behind it, you do have the constructs just on either side pulling their spears and an entrance near the bottom. Even from this distance, you can start to hear some bubbles and pops within, but you can't yet see anything. It's your turn to go in, as you are now in front of the witch's tower. Token size is relative.
Okay.
You're at the very bottom.
Wow. Okay. So we're gonna keep. I had to remind myself of how bored I am. Anything that moves slowly now that I'm wielding this sword.
You are now quicker than normal, and everything else drags.
Yes. So we're going in, right?
Well, yes, that is the general idea, but we need to make sure we don't just go stumbling about and running into things, because I imagine there's a lot of dangerous stuff in there.
Okay, so what do you suggest then?
Well, the only thing I could think of is if we're trying to find like a special treasure of some sort, or this special item that Dulcinea kept, I could try and sniff it out so that I can see perhaps where it's located in this tower.
Right, I'll remember this. Yeah, I'll remember this.
Right.
Yeah, this was the plan. You're going to use your sniffer. Okay.
It's almost as insane as talking
on your side.
What we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you the Sniffer after this. It's gonna be your new nickname.
No, because that was a
Lagolla the
terrible
Sniffer.
movie. No,
If we live-
TV show.
If we live, yes, perhaps we could. That could be my nickname.
Lady
Hi,
Lagolla, the Sniffer
The
of
Sniffer.
Lathington.
Oh my god.
The sniffer. So,
Okay. Well,
We
sniff
said-
away,
So who's going in first?
Lagolla.
Yes, follow your nose.
well, I want to check for traps.
Sure, roll me a wits check.
Oh, it's
As
a
you
wits? Oh, man.
Examine
going
around
in.
this entrance.
What are you doing now?
I
I
don't know.
thought we were
She's-
moving this along.
Seems chicken to me.
I don't find any traps. I rolled a 17.
Very good.
Oops.
As far as you're aware, everything is perfectly safe and nothing unusual is going on.
Okay, so then with my sniff ability, I wanted to ask you about it, because here's how the spell or ability works.
Mhm.
You can smell even the faintest trace of scent nearby. If it's if it's a familiar scent, you recognize the specific individual, how long ago they were present, up to some hours, SUM. If it's a new smell, you know broadly what kind of smell it is, even if it's a ghost, a fairy, or something supernatural. So, and then the more gift I spend, basically, the bigger distance or the larger the distance of it is. So, given that, could I use this to try and track down Dulcinea's? Because look, I get it. Her whole house is gonna probably smell like whatever it is she uses, whether that's cooking stuff or alchemy stuff or whatever. But that's why I'm wondering if it's a treasure of hers. I would imagine this is something that is specifically like she kept on her, held in her hands. It's going to have a different, like her pheromones essentially, or something like that. This is how the animal kingdom works.
No, I don't disagree with you, except with the animal kingdom, usually you have an item with which to, for example, when you've got a sniffer dog, you give them a piece of clothes from the person you're trying to find.
Yeah, which I forgot to review.
Or does anybody in this party have an item that was quote unquote Dulcinea's? There are things that you could have picked up that were hers, or you might need to find something to try to distinguish when you're in this tower.
So the question is, do we have something that we think was hers?
Yes.
Well, I took really poor notes when we talked with Roxy, but Roxy's older sister fought her.
Yes.
So was there not any like recovered items outside of her sister's? Because I thought there was like other things that were left behind, like her ashes or something like that, or dust or whatever.
That was Celine's dust. Good memory. Wrong person. So when Celine used the malefic mirror to get the quote, the rhyme that told people how to defeat this candied confectionery curse, she exchanged herself for it. She essentially turned to powder and disappeared at that time.
Gotcha. Okay.
You might need to find something on the first floor that you can use. I'll say, I'm happy to kind of let you, if you can find something that was like truly hers in here, you can kind of see like a stronger scent of her versus a weak, like a hot and cold kind of effect.
Sure, yeah. And I think, then I could just use the ability more than once, because if it's a new scent, I could at least be like, oh, this... Because it says I can distinguish ghost from fairy from other supernatural things. So this is like, oh, this is the scent of a witch. And then use that to like hone in, I imagine.
Sure. Yeah. And it's, right now, though, it is a void. You don't have anything. You've never seen or smelled her. So there's nothing to compare with. That's fine. But that's what I'm going to do is, I guess, as I enter the foyer or whatever this first area is of the tower, that's what I'll just do, like a general smell test to distinguish what scents are in this room. All right. Then would you like to enter the first room now, Lady Lagolla?
If I don't see any movement, I guess I have no choice.
Well, you don't see any traps, and I believe you failed. So yes, you don't see any movement.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I have no good reason to not just walk in. This is the lake to the city all over again.
Yeah. All right. So,
a little impossible.
Could you move your token at all, or should I move? Would you like me to move it?
Which one am I?
You have the little lantern.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, that's Letty. Yes, there you are. So as you enter this kitchen, you kind of hear the clittering and clanging of items hitting things. And as you enter, it kind of illuminates a little bit. And you see a knife fly by your face, and then a fork and a spoon, and then a ladle. And next to you, because you meant a little further in, there's a large pot that's bubbling, and it smells like sweet, almost burnt caramel. And it's these spoons and cutlery keep adding items into it, and it's overflowing and starting to pool on the ground. And there we go. Yes. And as you kind of look in at this pot, you turn around and you hear something behind you, and you turn back, and suddenly there's this sort of translucent figure who seems to be almost dictating where things go before poof, she disappears again. And you believe this may have been Dulcinea. That being said, as you stand here kind of looking then at her, I need you to give me a grace check to avoid a utensil running into you.
Okay. Well, I fail. It's 18, so it's one of those nights.
It is one of those
How
nights.
far away are you?
I have one armor, so I'm hoping this doesn't do more than one damage.
Okay, because we are refreshed on heart dice, so
yeah.
I rolled an 18, so I was 4 over.
Would you guys like to try to help Lady Lagolla, or just let her take it?
Okay, we'll save it for.
We'll save it. Okay. As a rolling pin flies into your head and does 2 damage of knock, just you weren't paying attention and looking the wrong way. And as this figure that appeared and then kind of disappeared as quickly as it came, the tools around the kitchen start to whirlwind around and start to speed up. But quickly, as you kind of watch this mesmerized, you see that a lovely tapestry is on the far wall showing a garden scene hanging with a little table in the distance. And there's a liquid bottle on a shelf next to it called Garden Key with a green liquid inside. And then you see an exit on the far side of the kitchen. So you're pretty sure the person who lived here seems to definitely be a witch and use magic to control everything in here, but she is not here now.
And sorry, you said that there was a tapestry that showed a garden and there was a bottle with a key in it next to the tapestry?
Yeah, so on the opposite wall from this cauldron that's bubbling as it's perpetually adding more and more things, as if making dinner for somebody that's no longer here, there is a tapestry of a lovely garden scene with a small sort of table in the distance that you can see. And next to it, you clock a liquid in just a little vial, and across it reads Garden Key. And then on the opposite wall from you, you see a door to the next room.
Would I be able to analyze the cutlery flying around and see if there's like a pattern to it so that I could try and walk over to this bottle and pick it up if I think it's safe to?
So give me a wits. Give me a wits.
Sure.
You're not really, I apologize for insulting you. You're not really magical, so I think I'm going to have to give you a disadvantage.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. I rolled a 17. Oh. We are at 17, 18, 17 tonight. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to end my turn, and I'll just follow whatever they do.
This sort of whirlwind of utensils is confusing, and you can't sort of discern any sort of pattern, and you start to, I think I'm going to pull you back here. You start to have more things fly at you and force you back out of this room.
What happened?
Well, you have the ability to slow down time. I say you take a crack at it. All I did manage to do is get hit in the head with a rolling pin. There's a bottle that has a label that says Garden Key. I don't suppose we saw garden when we were walking up, did we?
A key that's a liquid in a bottle. How interesting. Let me see if I can try to discern a pattern of this, and maybe we can come up with a path through. So Adelaide will walk up and see if she can also do wits.
Sure, yeah. I'm only giving Letty a straight roll for this. Adelaide, I'm afraid you're going to have a disadvantage wits as well because you're not the magical princess type. Sorry.
I cannot think of any reason that I would know that isn't going to work. So
I'm happy to receive the bullshit and the arguments, but
You have the clock sword. That's why I was saying you can slow down time.
yeah, it technically only works with the attacking twice in one action thing.
But just be bored by the flying objects, and then it'll feel really slow.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Does that is that the bullshit you were looking for, Kipser?
Just attack Lagolla twice. Just like slasher comes in.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
I'm gonna say you're probably gonna have advantage on your grace check in here, but not your wits check.
Oh.
And by grace check, I mean as soon as you give me the answer to your whiz check, I'm going to attack you with some utensils.
Step aside.
Okay.
Look. Let me look.
All right. That's fine.
Letty, hearing the two of them be stymied about the magic on the inside.
Let a professional take a look.
Yeah.
And Letty wants to see if she can deduce like the source of the magic, if there's anything
All right,
that
give
she
me
might
your
be able to
straight
do.
wits roll.
Okay. All right, that is a pass. 12 under 15.
12 under 15. Looking at these utensils, you can see that there's 3 main utensils that seem to be conducting the rest of them. A carving knife, a cleaver, and a rolling pin. And you believe if you take these out, they seem to be the mastermind utensils in this room.
Okay.
And then
those 3?
Yeah.
Take them out.
Yeah. And as you're standing there, I'll grab a grace check from you.
Okay. Straight
and
up.
then we'll do initiative if we gotta.
I'm better at grace than I was recently. So I'm imagining I am going to fail this 16 over 11. By 5. Don't worry about it. I'll just take it.
Okay.
All right.
I have 1,000 hit points right now. It's crazy. I feel so invigorated by the little hair thing you gave me.
So
that's right.
The cleaver comes straight for you.
Shit! I didn't realize there would be a cleaver.
4 damage as it slices into your outfit. All right, give me the wits rolls. Let me know if you're above or below your wits, and we'll see. Oh no, Lady Lagolla, are you going after again?
No. I just you said give a wits roll, and I forgot it's wits for initiative, but I got a 10, so that's the first one for 4, 25%.
Hey,
Awesome.
Moving on
Hey.
up. Succeeded.
All right.
Also succeeded.
Okay, great. So all of you guys, you can choose who gets to go first at this point. You all get to go before the utensils attack you once more. And you know the conductors in here.
Now, the butcher's cleaver is one of the masterminds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using mines in. Anyway, is it one of those cleavers that has the little circle in it? Or is this one of those boring, not circle cleavers?
You mean on the blade? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to try and pin it to the wall with an arrow.
All right.
Through the hole.
Oh. Well, that's going to look awesome if that works.
So yeah, if you would like to do that, give me a grace check with your bow, and just give me the damage and how much you're doing.
That's an 8, so we did it.
Excellent.
All right. Damage. 1 damage. But I was trying to pin it. I wasn't trying to damage it.
Okay, so I'll give it a save on its turn to see if it unpins itself, but it seems to be wiggling. And from there, it can still swing around, and you watch as it moves, and a bunch of other utensils move at the exact same rotation of it. All right, that leaves us with Lily, Adelaide. Anything you want to do?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Is the map that we are seeing, is that like in terms of furniture, basic orientation, is that fairly accurate? Okay.
Yes.
Letty wants to try to step in and like bait the butcher's the knife, because since Lagolla is going after cleaver, the knife like towards her.
Yep.
And then like with the spear, she wants to like have the spear ready and then flip the table up so that like right as the thing's about to stab me, it stabs into the table.
Ooh, okay, very good.
Gipster's never impressed with my ideas.
This
I feel like I throw good ideas out, but like I feel like every time it's just like
I
No, it's a good
appreciated
idea.
that.
I'm
That's
thinking,
like the
Thank you,
classic
I'm thinking
cartoon scene.
this will be a resolute check, please.
yeah. If I'm using my staff though as leverage, would that
Yes.
gain me some sort of leverage, as in advantage?
Yeah, all right. I'll give it to you right now. This is the first
Yeah.
room in this tower. We'll be
Okay.
kind.
Natty 1. I actually
Natty
passed up both
1.
1 and a 6, but I got a 1 on the better
geez.
one.
So, Letty, as you kind of taunt the cleaving knife somehow, and it kind of focus and points straight at you, you kick or leverage the table up with your spear just in time to watch it kind of, or hear it thunk on the other side of this table.
Awesome. I think I taunt it because I'm just like, oh, you're not a rock anymore. You're not a rock anymore. Yeah, because it's metal now. So
Yeah, it is metal now.
It's
All
a thing
right.
that, yeah.
Yeah, sure. It hums at you disapprovingly. But it can't talk to you because it is not a rock anymore. That leaves us with Adelaide. What are you feeling?
So there's one left. There's one. You said there were 3.
There's 3 of them.
Rolling
Lady
pin?
Lagolla has pinned one of them with an arrow that is going to get a save on its turn. But it is still, you can see it rotating around the arrowhead, and there are a bunch of utensils that are rotating at the same frequency, if you will.
Oh.
But there is a
Okay.
rolling pin that has not been done anything to yet.
Okay. So I'm going to go into the well, do something I've done before. I've got my canvas sack that I'm pretty sure we cleaned back out again after we had bees and honey in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just going to like kind of hold it up over my head and just like try to see if I can run over to the rolling pin and trap the rolling pin in the sack.
Sure. Give me... I'll take a grace for this.
Okay. Everything for me is the same. So I have no...
True.
It doesn't really
That's why
matter
you
what
got
you
the
ask me to
sword.
roll. It's exactly the same.
All right.
That's a 1.
There we go. Very good. So with great dexterity and grace, you bring your bag out and just scoop up that rolling pin and roll it around and just like shove it down under some part of the kitchen to keep it from moving, unless you wanted to hold onto the bag.
No, because I figured I'd probably still get hit in the head with the rolling pin as it's still trying to like move about. But she is definitely kind of like flipping it over and then seeing what she can, kind of set on top of it. You can try to keep it in place.
Very good. All right. And then the cutlery is going to get one attempt at a save before it kind of gives up and hangs sadly. Lady Lagolla, you see that cleaver that you pinned sort of rotate, and then it seems to start to exhaust itself, and it kind of just hangs sadly there as if waiting to be let loose again. And the utensils in the kitchen clatter to the ground as a whole in a cacophony metal.
Well, I don't think we could have made a louder entrance, but at least we're not getting pelted by cutlery.
That's true.
That was some really cool stuff. Like I shot an arrow through a little circle, hit a cleaver, and like you did the whole like table, like swing. So cool.
We are
Zoing?
professionals.
Zoing. Is it like a...
That's the
So I
sound
like
that metal
this-
makes when it wiggles really fast.
I don't really like metal very much. I feel like, they're putting on airs,
Anyhow, can I take a look at what's being made in this cauldron? Like,
Yeah,
what's
certainly.
for
So
dinner?
as you get the cauldron actually seems to be like almost hopping from its tiny little cauldron legs back and forth
Stun.
as it
Stun.
bubbles and just starts to spew all sorts of burnt caramel all over the place. And you can get closer. Give me first I need a grace to see if you slip on the floor from whatever it was in this cauldron, and then we can do a quick check for what's inside.
Okay. Okay, it's a 6. It's a pace.
Perfectly fine. So you realize whatever it is, though it smells like caramel, it's slidey like soap. And you can kind of get a look inside, but it seems to almost be this dark brown burnt cacophony or concoction of some sort of random whatever was in the kitchen as the utensils continued to just pour things in here. It's not one thing specifically that was being made. They seem to just be trying to make something, and without maybe the guidance of someone with an actual brain, it just made what would be called mud water or swamp water in
God.
pop terms.
What on earth? It's like they took sweet, savory, and umami and just put it together without any concern for balance.
Exactly.
Well, maybe once we finish what we're doing here, maybe that will help them with their stuff because there won't be so much extra sweets around in things. Maybe.
Maybe. What's in that? What's in that key jar or whatever?
Oh yeah,
What's that about?
I have herbalism and brewing. Maybe I should take a look at it.
No?
That would seem wise.
So Adelaide will go look at it.
Sure, yeah. So as you kind of look towards the tapestry and this green bottle on a shelf next to it, you can kind of rotate it around, pop the lid, give a smell. It smells almost like rosebuds itself, like it's made with a floral drink of some kind. And like maybe like a green tea with a rosebud scent in it. And other than that, you can't really tell what's inside it. Definitely magical.
Well, it's something. I'd like to look at the tapestry and look for roses on the tapestry.
Sure, yeah. As you look at the tapestry, maybe you squint in a little bit. Give me I'll say wits for this one.
Adelaide, I think you're about to be sucked into a portal. Or a painting. Or a painting that's a portal.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm just looking for roses. It smells like roses. So I'm just looking to see if there's any roses. Roll the 2.
Very good. So with the 2, you are able to sort of look at this garden, and it is beautiful. And you can see in the table, there appears to be a chocolate rabbit that's sitting at the table, staring out from the tapestry into the kitchen. But his face is half melted and hollowed. And you can tell that perfectly with your roll. And then on the sides, you see sort of fresh sugar plums and candied rosebud flowers everywhere in the meadows around him.
So I think there's a half-eaten chocolate bunny in the tapestry, and it's looking out that way. And then there's some candy roses. Did we pass this? Is this like outside somewhere?
We didn't look around outside. We decided to just go right up to the door and say, the keywords and such.
It's true.
Good. So maybe we drink this and it takes you to the...
Whoa. I don't know if you should just go drinking potions you find in a witch's tower all willy-nilly.
I mean...
Yeah, that seems, as a brewer, that seems like maybe the first thing they teach you, no?
But
Adelaide, because you have brewery and herbalism, I'll give you a wits roll. I'll give you a little bit more info on that green liquid.
7.
With a 7, it seems very food safe. This is definitely, though it emanates, like as you hold it, you can feel it sort of have waves of some sort of magic linked to it. It seems like it is a legitimate green tea with a little bit of rosebud in it. This is definitely food safe.
Yeah, this is definitely for drinking. And like it was really exciting when all of the like cutlery was flying around, but now we've been like standing here and I don't know, maybe I should just drink it and then maybe I can go over there. Or I can wait till later, I suppose. I can wait till later if we want.
You're the expert. If you want to drink it, I won't stop you.
We're gonna move
I'm
out of
an
this
amateur.
room, right? We're gonna go do something else.
Are you in a rush to die? We've got to really think about what we're doing.
It just
Have you
been
like forgotten why we're here?
we need to save people and they're gonna die if we don't
Right.
do that. So we should have some
So-
urgency, right?
Maybe don't drink the green tea thingy until we need to drink the green tea thingy. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Well, can we leave this room then? Like I've seen everything in here now. Can we see the next room? Can we go to the next room?
Right.
Do you need a
Isn't there a
fidget
door?
spinner?
Is there a door? We see a door, right?
On the far
Yes.
side from you, there is a door. And kind of as you stand and turn towards the door, you hear a caw, and shooting through the left open door, a white chocolate raven flies in, stands on top of the hearth, turns around to look down at you all, and goes, "Losers, what you doing?"
What was the crow's name again?
It was Ghost.
Oh, that's right, Ghost. Okay. Lagolla will be
Hi,
like,
Ghost.
"Oh, hi, Ghost," and she'll wave at Ghost.
Made it pretty far. Let's see. Maybe something interesting will happen. But if you don't close that door behind you, someone's going to come visit.
Like you?
Oh no, something far more interesting for me to watch happen. As Ghost says this, you hear the crunch of a boot fairly close to that front entrance that you came in.
Close the door.
And the clank of metal and armor.
Yeah,
Got
I'll
it,
close the door.
Got it. Like all three of us are just like closing the door. Very quick.
I feel like I'm back at my mom's house. She always yelled about closing the door behind me.
I was happy to watch you leave it open. It would have been very interesting for me.
But you must
You wanna
like
come
us
along
because
with
you gave
us?
us a warning.
You gave me a gift.
Is that a yes?
I don't hate you.
I don't hate you either. Glad we've got that covered.
Great. Keep going. I'm getting bored.
Me too. I was
Great.
just telling them this.
Oh, they're so slow. You should drink that.
No. Maybe later.
Boring. All right. All right. So, Letty, as you, I guess, go to the next door, it sounded like.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of listening, just, not sniffing, because I know that's Lagolla's thing. So I'm listening, carefully, just,
Oh, sure. Give
listen for
me a
vibrations.
wits if you want to listen before opening the door.
Okay, I'll do. That's a 7. 7.
With a
That's a
7, you don't hear anything moving around in the next room. It's quiet as a mouse.
Oh, okay. She'll push the door open then. Sounds quiet on the inside. Let's go.
As you kind of push open this wooden door, you enter what is clearly a study of some kind, but more than that, like a partial library, partial study mix. There's bookshelves around all of the walls, and through the center, there is a spiral staircase on the right as you enter. And then on the far area, you can just see, looking around those bookshelves, a very plush looking reading chair with a little sort of side table with some books and maybe a teacup stacked next to it, and a hat hanging off the back.
Letty's not much for hats, but she does like books, because you guys didn't know that she has a lot of wits.
So she's gonna start sneaking in quietly, not stomping or anything. Just kind of wants to look around and see what sort of books.
Sure.
be
Roll
around.
me a d10.
Okie dokie. Oh,
That's interesting, Liddy. I would have figured that you would read stone tablets instead of books.
I mean, I'll read those too, of course, but you know. Oh, you're gonna make a tree joke? Because I'm ready for it. Because I'm gonna talk about
I
vellum.
wasn't
and the
making a tree
differences.
joke. I just figured that you would only read stone-based literature, and because trees are for hippies or something.
That's like racist or something. What are you talking about? I like to broaden my knowledge. What's wrong with you? Come on. Okay, that's a 7 again. So many
Oh,
sevens.
nice.
Ooh.
So as you sort of start to get in here and kind of like quietly sneak around while looking around, you're familiar with books. As you said, you have high wits. And this room is filled with tomes on arcane knowledge, which is something you're very familiar with as well. And just looking at them, most of these books do not have labels on their spine. And if you crack one open, it looks, a lot of them look handwritten. So you think this might be the personal, literal library of Dulcinea. Like everything she's made here this is her
Oh, God.
knowledge.
Oh, my
You
God.
rolled a 7. So the book that you grab that actually has a sort of a spine, has a title on the spine, is Drawing Inspiration, is what it reads on the side.
Okay. We'll open it up a little bit. See if I
What if
could
it's got an alarm on it?
get a scent. It's a book. It's so ridiculous. So we're going to open it up and see if I could get just a quick couple sentences. See if there's an abstract, maybe.
So as you open Drawing Inspiration, you see blank white pages inside it.
Oh, I guess she's not particularly inspired.
You can roll me a
Huh.
wits on
Maybe
this
she
one
wrote in
for a
invisible
hint.
ink.
Could be that, or maybe are we supposed to draw in it?
Maybe.
That is an 11. That's a success.
Drawing might be literal.
So, like the idea
You
of
were
like,
right. Yeah, your
Oh, wow.
second hint.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
you believe that this is something that you would draw in.
Okay. What would we? What I think I'm supposed to. I think we draw in it, right?
Draw a cup of tea.
Draw a rock.
Draw David. How? With his giant stone pectorals.
Would you like to draw David in the book? You need to find. Do you have like a quill and ink? Does anybody have a quill and ink?
Yeah, I have a leather-bound
Mhm.
diary, so I just presume that comes with a writing
Yeah.
utensil of some sort,
I
like
would
graphite.
accept that.
Okay.
So you borrow
what-
your good friend Lady Lagolla's ink.
Well,
Would you
what
like to
should
draw
I-
in the book?
What should I draw? What do you think?
Whatever you feel inspired to draw, I guess.
Well, I'm kind of torn. I could be all, prudent and professional and draw, something related to our quest. I could be all carnal, and draw me and David in the throes of passion, right? I like smut. There's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't realize you could draw
don't
that
judge
well.
me.
That's a lot of anatomy.
What, I don't know. What should I do? What do you think?
Draw a picture of a key.
Okay.
It's just
I'll
proof of
draw, like-
concept. Just draw.
I'll draw like
something.
I'll draw like a skeleton key. Like a key that's like bone skull thing, like that's supposed to be like a skeleton key. I'll just draw that and see what happens.
Sure. Okay. So as you draw this skeleton key, roll me 2d6. These are,
Okay.
you feel it consuming some of your gift die.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I rolled 2 3s.
Then you will keep your gift die.
Hell
So
yeah.
as you kind of draw this thing, it pops out of the page. And you've got this sort of key that is essentially the end of it is the skull, and then coming down as the spine of the key is a literal spine with a bunch of like finger bones poking out of it. And you think you made a literal skeleton key. You have a key. You don't know if it fits into anything.
It's like a type
Well,
of
it's a skeleton
3D.
case, and you said literal, so you know.
It's
Okay.
like you made a 3D picture. This could be big someday.
Okay.
That's
So I think whatever we draw on the pages, if I concentrate hard enough, I can, you know, wait. So like
There's more pages, I'm assuming, right? It's like not just one page.
so like
In fact, as soon as the image pops out, the page is blank again.
it's like an edge sketch. Okay, just shake it up a little bit and it goes away. Okay.
All
right, so
that
when
could
we-
come in
if-
handy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and put it away. And can I keep the graphite just in case there, Lagolla?
Okay. I mean, this seems useful until it tries to kill us. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I could draw something to kill us. Want me to do that?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That would be terrible. That definitely
Well,
not going to draw you getting
Lagolla-
eaten or anything.
Or sorry, Letty, roll me one more wits check, just for a little bit of minor additional information.
It's a 5.
Man.
Very good.
Oh, I'll take it.
You can definitely keep this book, and you're pretty sure you can use it again, but like all magical items, upon use, it does have a recharge condition.
Yeah. Okay.
Bummer.
Right. Yeah. So it might be the type of thing, you know, just kind of like the boots and kind of like some other things that like you can't necessarily use it again right away. But, you know, we can sort out what that's going to be and like how quick
Knowing
it's
it's
going to be.
Dulcinea's, it's probably like torture a child or something like that to recharge the book.
Oh dear.
Well,
Oh
that
dear.
seems kind of extreme, but probably not
So-
unfounded, I suppose.
We've seen a lot of horrific things.
So
Oh, yeah,
Adelaide
this
has gotten
disturbing imagery.
bored of this, and so she's going over to the hat.
Oh, excellent. So as you go over it, it's a classic pointy witch hat. It's got like a purple ribbon around the base of it, a nice wide, perfectly circular brim, and that perfect little tip at the very top so that it's a little bit crooked. It hangs from a hook on the wall above the chair.
Adelaide's a bit bored at the moment, and they're doing the thing that they're doing with the drawing thing. So
Mhm.
Adelaide's going to do the dumb thing and put the hat on her head.
All right. So as you put the hat on, this is actually going to be really good for you. It gives you an additional gift die. One additional gift die while you wear it. However, you must speak with a dramatic magical echo in a big voice as you wear it, if you want that gift dice.
Ladies, I do believe I have found a lovely piece of headwear.
Be that really quick. I wonder if that might help me.
I don't think I want you to have it.
Well, it's just going to be for like 10 seconds so that I can sniff it.
Oh, that seems really useful. So she'll
Yes.
take it off. And
Very good.
give it to
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay, Adelaide? Have you taken drugs recently?
you. No, not at all. Why would you ask that?
Lagolla is just gonna.
Although I feel slightly less special now than I did about 3 seconds ago, and I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're talking normally.
So
Hang in there.
Poor Adelaide has had the most like magical personality changes. Lagolla, as you smell this hat, you get the whiff of sort of cinnamon and sugar and sweetness. And it's very distinct, but it's for where you've been so far, you didn't smell it really in the kitchen at all. And you can kind of feel that scent emanating. Also, roll me your gift dice around here before I give you too much. Mhm.
I got a 3. Is that good?
Yes. So you kind of feel it or sense it around this chair. And then you realize, like looking up at the wall, something that maybe was kind of partially hidden behind one of the bookcases and you can smell this tapestry of a bedroom that you're now visually seeing for the first time.
So that has the stronger odor than the hat?
It does have the stronger odor than the hat. Oh,
Okay,
thanks, Jeff.
so then Lagolla will just hand the hat back to Adelaide and say, well, if this curses you, you've brought it on yourself, literally, by putting it on your head.
I don't really understand what you're talking about. I feel amazing when I'm wearing this. What could it possibly do wrong?
Exactly. So yes, as you are further back in this in this study and looking more in the back area, you do see sort of, again, there's maybe 2 books on the little table next to her with a teacup. You can smell her sort of around this chair strongly, and these books especially. But the tapestry emanates that cinnamon and sugar smell.
Well, it seems like this seems fairly obvious even to me. It seems like her bedroom might be a place to start looking. It seems where she definitely spends the most time. I get, of course, the hat had it, the chair has it a lot more, some of the books, yes, but we've got to try and figure out where her room is. I imagine the staircase would take us there.
Why didn't we think of that before?
Because you're trying to run around everywhere like you're on a sugar high.
Did you say there's books like out already? Like she had been reading them? Can Letty take a look at those?
You were kind of like scrolling through the bookcases, and as shelves, you get to the bookshelves and as you get to sort of the end of the line where this plush sort of reading chair is, yes, you notice 2 books on the little kind of table next to this chair.
Okay. I'm just kind of curious to see what she's been reading. Maybe there's something in here we can glean, what's been on her mind,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like How to Curse for Dummies or something like that? Maybe she wasn't good at it at first?
Well, there's a lot of arcane books that Letty could be looking at. So, Letty, as you look at the spine of these 2 books, one of them has nothing on it, and the other one has the art of chocolatiering. As you kind of pick up the one that doesn't have anything on its spine and flip it open to the first page, you read journal on the inside.
Oh, ding dong, I found a diary. Wow.
Oh, that's so much bad luck if we read something that private.
We're dying from a curse. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it.
So
that sounds like it'll be really interesting.
Oh, uh-oh.
I teleported. The tapestry took me.
Oh, so, Letty, you can read the journal. It will spend time. So essentially a picnic of time.
Okay. We probably don't want to do that.
If you look, I'll give you like the first page alone. It reads, "The magic is strong here in Tanglewood. Even as a novice witch, I can feel it. This will be the perfect base while I pursue my quest." And you can see she's talking about her steps in the Tanglewood Forest if you choose to do this.
Is it dated?
For like 80 years. There's 80 years of stuff in here. This is a picnic to read.
But this is this is the first entry, so it's like the oldest
first
date.
entrance. Is the oldest date.
It's like a jackpot, Oh, that reminds me.
Can Letty go to like the very last entry to see what the most recent entry was?
Sure. I'm happy to give that to you. "The moon is full. The children are gathered. The vessel is complete. All that's left is the task. All that is left to the task is the doing. My victory over the unending march of time is so close. I can almost taste it. Finally, all of my sacrifices will come to sweet fruition. But I get ahead of myself. Tonight, the ritual. Tomorrow, my true life begins." So this definitely talks about maybe items that she needed and gathered to do this ritual.
Bunch of kids. A vessel. Oh, crap. Crap.
It's
Okay.
already happened.
What?
Well,
Oh, that's
yes.
right.
And this was dated a year ago.
So she hasn't been back and writing in a journal for a year?
And Baz in the village, the Lemon Knight, claimed to have been part of the party that killed her.
Okay.
Are we going up to the
Spend a
bedroom yet?
picnic of time? No.
Adelaide, just sit down on your hands for a second and try and count backwards from 1,000.
No, thank you.
You have so many magical effects on you. It's so good.
Does Letty want to spend a picnic and read the journal right now?
Letty would like to spend all day looking through the books on the shelves, looking through the journals. A lot of good stuff here, but Letty understands that you all might not want to watch me read stuff all day long. I understand. If you don't think that reading through this or going through some of her arcane knowledge is a priority, I understand. We got to find some sort of item from her past. Now, technically,
That is an item from her past.
exactly. So is the
Mission
head.
accomplished.
Honestly, we could just grab the cleaver in the rolling pin. That kinda
If she
counts
took
too.
time to write in this for 80 years, I feel like that is a very treasured object, and we are following the code
Yeah.
of this.
It's just one of those things. You ever try to make a wish with a genie before, and you ask for something simple, and then they just screw you, they're just gonna screw. That's kind of what I feel this curse thing is, sure, we
If you would
legally
like-
follow it.
If you would
So-
like to take the journal back and throw it in the well with the other items and see what happens, you're welcome to do that.
I think, but see, so first, what I think we should do is I think we should welcome our readers from C+
Oh.
content.
Hello, Raiders.
Thank you for
Yeah, that's
joining us.
important.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
And also,
Awesome.
Letty, if we throw
Yeah.
Letty, if we throw the journal down the well, then you can't read it.
Well, I know. Well, that's why I said we could also do the hat too, because Lagolla doesn't seem to
I would
like you
prefer not to
wearing
give
the
it
hat.
up. I feel powerful when I'm wearing it. Can we go see her bedroom now?
Well, that was a little aggressive. Okay. If you think there's nothing, there's tons of books up here. But if you think it's not worth investigating, sure, we can go up the stairs.
She's just looking at the bookshelf, drooling.
That's just
I
how
think
much-
that we'll have all the
You
time in the world to
read-
read this if we finish off this curse.
Maybe
yeah.
one of them knows how to cast spells that get stone men out from the Fey realm.
Letty, you read one that says "Open Sesame,"
What?
but
I'll
you
do like
don't have time
sesame
to grab
seeds.
it as Adelaide starts working her way up the spiral
Gosh, dang it.
staircase.
I'll come back later. Okay, fine.
All right. So I'm
Wait,
just
we
gonna.
skipped the first floor?
That was the first floor.
Oh, I'm looking at the square that says first floor. Oh, maybe that's a different
Yeah, the
thing.
whole
What do you think?
thing
What do you think this is?
underneath it
England?
is the
Come
first floor.
on. First floor is first floor. Yeah.
If I had to, if I had to guess,
magical land, I feel
Ground
like it's
floor,
fair.
first floor, second floor. I'm just saying.
No,
It's a little weird.
if I had to throw a guess out there, I would guess that maybe that's like a garden, since we have a garden key.
Well, I was thinking the little lumpy liver symbol.
It wasn't
was
a
the garden,
tapestry,
just a
by
big
the way.
bush.
I
And the
wasn't really
tapestry
listening to the part.
was of a bedroom.
Oh, okay.
So as you
have to get
continue
inside.
up this staircase, you enter a room that looks like it's filled with these candied statues. You see a cotton candy unicorn on one sort of pedestal. That's what the circles are in the middle of the map. You see a cotton candy unicorn on one pedestal, a licorice looking serpent on another, a giant gummy bear on a third, what appears to be a oval shaped egg on another one. And my moose is also in there.
Okay, we should turn around. This looks dangerous. Moose.
My moose
my
Let's
Yeah,
just
no
push.
space.
Let's just push that one out the
No,
window.
no, no, no. If you can push one of these, now I can't steal all those books. That's just
You
fair.
see on the far side from you a ladder that goes further up. But at this time, all these sort of candied statues are perfectly still.
Scared to make sound, which is why I'm whispering.
Adelaide takes the hat off. I think
Yeah,
maybe
that's
she figured it out with the passing off
Mhm.
and getting back. Do we sneak around them?
Okay, we can try. We're all in agreement, right? Like, if we do anything to them, they're like going to attack us or something, right?
Yeah.
My paranoia tells me yes.
Yeah, that's sort of that's the vibe I'm getting from this place.
Great. Yeah,
Okay,
totally right.
okay. So quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, wait,
Get to the
can we-
ladder.
let's look at the ground and make sure there's not like a trip, like a pressure plate or something.
As you guys stand here, you hear the sort of the flapping of wings as ghosts like caws around. And then you see on the far side next to the ladder is another pedestal with a little bird perch on it. And he flies over and sits there. And Adelaide, next to it is a sewing kit.
And Adelaide is still trying not to make too much noise. And she like looks at the sewing kit and points at the sewing kit and points at herself.
No, it's mine. You gave it to me. It's a gift. It's mine. We
Yeah, that's
exchanged
quite-
fairly.
That's quite rude, Adelaide. You can't take a gift back.
Oh, you're right. And Adelaide looks sad and starts to tiptoe across the room.
Okay, so you guys are going to cross the room.
Are we able to see
around the
if there are
outside.
any? Yeah, are there any pressure plates or any weird looking
Oh,
floor
yeah, that's right,
pieces?
that's
The floor is white marble with cracks, and it looks like it has sort of dust and dirt on it for having been left alone for so long. You don't see any particular pathway. You don't see any. Well, roll me a wits. Who would like? Yeah, you guys can each individually roll me a wits. I'll take it. I'll take 3.
I slam my forehead into the floor because I rolled a 20.
Right on the
Oh.
pressure plate. The bear trap comes up, and there goes Lagolla, dead instantly.
I rolled an 18.
You roll. Oh my
I rolled
god.
a 5. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
It's a marble floor.
So I'm going to give information with consequence. So Letty, you're maybe the last one up this spiral staircase. Adelaide and Lagolla start sort of creeping around the side of this floor. I move. There we go. You guys are there, and then you're in there. And Letty, as you kind of get up and look at this floor, and it makes sense that it's you because you speak with stones, right? As a natural passive ability. And you realize that some of these stones are magical and not real. And as you realize that this is not necessarily a trap or a mechanical trigger, a magical trigger, Lady Lagolla with her 20 and Adelaide with her 18, well, Lagolla specifically, just like trips on nothing and face plants right into the floor and into one of these false sort of tiles that you can see, Letty. And the serpent that was on the pedestal above them starts to hiss and move and goes down. And then you see sort of further back that gummy bear starts to wiggle back and forth. Woo, woo. And then the cotton candy unicorn jumps down and starts to trot. I won't bring the moose. He's not actually supposed to be in here. We'll only do these 3. It's okay. I won't bring my love.
Plate. Letty just says,
But in the Latin alphabet, Jehovah starts with an I.
and then Lagolla's that goes through.
All right. I need your guys' wits rolls again. We're going to see who gets to go first. As
If Steven was here, he would get it.
I got it. Gosh darn
All
it.
right, I made the wits roll.
I did not.
Oh.
I rolled another 5. Lots of 5s and 7s tonight.
Nice.
Right. So Lagolla and Letty, you have the opportunity to move first as all of these confectionery constructs have started to come to life again. And they're quite clearly created from candy and not turned into candy, as they are already pure sugar.
Well, I could try and use my roar ability that I haven't gotten to use to terrify them so that we could climb up the ladder and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. You can you read the ability out for us, please?
Yeah. You let out a bestial roar. Some creatures that can hear you save or become terrified for dice rounds.
Okay. So yeah, if you'd like to start your turn doing that, give me a roar and a dice rounds.
Okay. Another 3, which is
Okay.
good because there were 3 of them. And I'm assuming because I'm using 1 gift dice, it would be for 1 round.
Yeah, and there's no save mechanic on that specific ability?
Yeah, no, it says they do get a save or become terrified.
Okay. So I'm going to roll 3 saves, and then if they fail, they will become terrified for 3 rounds.
So do I actually lose the dice, or is that only when I roll a 1 or 2?
Other way
the
around.
Gift dice, I mean.
The
4,
gift
5, or
dice.
6.
5 or 6.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Hold on. I've got a lovely. There we go. All right. This is me being a dick that nobody can see, so they'll never believe you. Ooh, that's a 19. Okay, so we will just do it in order. I rolled a 10 for the licorice serpent. They had a save of 8. The gummy bear has a save of 10, got a 3. The gummy bear does not appear scared. And the unicorn got a 19. I can't do anything about that. The unicorn also, so the serpent rears back away from this pedestal that you have fallen sort of next to and then stood up and yelled at it, and slithers back sort of on the opposite side of this room, and the unicorn like trots quickly further away from you. However, that this sort of large gummy bear, this 6-foot large, just giant gummy bear that you can see through, still seems to be coming towards you.
I imagine that Lagolla just yelled profanity because she's fallen more times than anything. Like I think any other creature in this whole campaign. So not very princess-like vocabulary came from her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Very good. All right, and
get off the ladder,
Letty. It is your go.
Okay. So one of them is still coming at us. You said the gummy bear, right?
The gummy bear seems to be coming towards Adelaide and Lagolla right now.
Okay. Can I position myself in a way to get the gummy bear and any of the others in a line?
You can get at least 2 of them. I think the unicorn and the serpent seem to be moving back sort of horizontally towards the back wall. In my mind, they're just like pressing against the back wall away from Lagolla. But you can definitely line up the bear with either the serpent or the unicorn, and you can decide.
Bear or unicorn? You guys think bear or unicorn?
Always the bear, serpent or unicorn.
Oh, serpent or unicorn.
I feel like though the serpent could likely poison, I feel like it would be slower than a horse trotting at you trying to spear you. But I don't know if there's any logic in these animals, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do unicorn then. That's fine. Okay. And though, so Letty is going to like reach out to the good marble in the room, the good tiles. I'm like, oh, sure. I need you now. And she's gonna make this like motion with her arm, and just like they start to crack, and like little pieces of marble come up, and then she's gonna cast a blast in a line.
Ooh. All right.
It's the first time I got to do this. So, all right, I'm gonna roll 3 dice. I'm gonna roll 3. So I basically, the element must be within range of 3. So would it be fair to say they're within 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for it. And then they take an amount of, I'm sorry, I was reading the wrong one. Actually, it just goes. There's no range on this. and they're going to take a sum of damage. Okay, so they take 10 points of damage. I lose 1 gift die.
Okay.
'Cause it's a 6.
And yeah, did you get any no doubles? Obviously, then
No doubles.
Was there a
6, 3,
save
1.
part of this, or just straight?
There
damage?
is. So they can save and take half.
Okay.
So it's 10 damage, but they save to take half.
Let me see if they saved. So the gummy bear is got, I need to expand that, a 15. Nope, he's not going to save. However, the unicorn with 9 does save. So
Okay.
the bear is going to take the full blast minus armor. So you did, 20 points of damage, you said?
10.
10. Okay. So with this, these sort of sheets of marble that you lift up and throw in a blast, it cuts, you watch as it cuts straight through the gummy bear, decapitating its head as it rolls back behind its body and the torso falls forwards. The unicorn just seems to, it takes parts and shattered pieces of this marble floor, but it's still standing.
Letty is going to look down at the decapitated gummy, and it's just going to be like, "Rock on, bitch!" And then be very proud of herself.
All right.
I haven't been able to use my catchphrase.
That's very cool.
That's true. All right. So are you going to follow Lagolla's instructions and go towards the ladder?
Is Lagolla already over by the ladder?
Lagolla stood up. Did you want to move towards the ladder on your turn as well?
Yeah, I would have, but I'm going to be the last
Okay.
one up the ladder just in case, to cover people since I have a ranged weapon.
Okay, if that's
good.
the case, then Letty will, because Letty wouldn't have moved over unless there's evidence that the whole group is
As you
going.
kind of probably have to run straight through the middle, the sort of the back section, Ghost is just like watching you guys sort of chattering and cawing and laughing in bird at you. And the large pedestal in the back has this massive dark chocolate egg. And as you get close to it, you get the scent of cinnamon from it before you can kind of get ready to go up the ladder.
I like cinnamon. It's tasty. Very underrated spice.
But
You
it
think
does
that the
not seem
egg
to
is
have
her
awakened.
vessel?
What?
Uh,
Should we put it here? I don't know.
So you're going to go up to the next floor, and I'm just going to say you managed to get up here. So as you get to this top floor of the tower, what you were expecting was Dulcinea's bedroom, something like luscious, because clearly if you look at the study, it's cozy in a way. Evil cozy, but cozy. There's a bunch of small child-sized straw mattresses on the floor with threadbare sort of blankets and sheets and pillows on them. And you see sort of some small etching on the walls that look like children's drawings. This, you believe, you've actually found the room that the children were staying in that they got rescued from, that they mentioned. Having been locked in the top of the tower.
And Allie's been holding her hat because they were because she was wanting to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of like holds the hat kind of over her a little bit. Oh
well,
dear.
you don't get to see that yet, but yes.
Can Letty shout down, or do you want me to? Because I've done a lot, so I don't want to push it. But can Letty shout down like it's not a bedroom?
Yeah, sure. You can shout that down. As Adelaide, it is now your turn.
And so Adelaide will kind of come up after. Oh,
sure.
Oh dear.
All right. Yes, Adelaide comes up, and you see the same thing. You've got the number of children that you believe that the townsfolk talked about getting kidnapped, but that they had rescued. That Dulcinea had been planning for a year ago. This doesn't look disturbed for a year. There's dust and probably whatever lives in hay that slowly eats it, that bugs and such.
Oh dear. I'm trying to remember, and she's kind of talking to Letty up here and kind of calling down to Lagolla. Do we think that they're still here somewhere, or did they go back? Or oh goodness, it's been so stressful. I don't remember.
So your character probably would then get a little flashback memory of at the very beginning of the campaign when you met Rory, and he talked about him and the children getting rescued from here, and that they had been in Deerhollow for the last year, but they had been turning to candy via the confectionery curse. They hadn't been stuck in the tower anymore.
Okay. Adelaide will sort of look at Letty. Should we
we should go back down. This doesn't look like
or something.
I think we went destroy it. It's just a bunch of what? I need to go find her bedroom. This isn't her bedroom.
It represents something so sad. I feel like we should mess it up.
Okay, there's a bunch of monsters in the floor below that are probably going to try to kill us here. So let's just focus for a bit before we, wreck this place.
So Adelaide wants to quickly stomp on them just to see if any of the kids had hidden any of their trinkets inside anything or whatever like that.
You can totally, you've only done movement. I'll totally let you do that. Give me a resolve test.
Okay. Because
of how you described your searching.
I rolled a 15.
Would Letty like to donate a little heart die?
How much you need?
3.
Okay. Sure, I'll try. 50-50. That's a 1. That's a no.
You see some strange etchings, and you kind of stomp around on these mattresses hoping to find anything, but nothing seems to knock loose.
But I see strange etchings?
Yes, on the wall, there seems to be some sort of pattern here and there, and also a few children's drawings.
Can I look at the drawings?
Yes, on your next turn. Okay.
There's some drawings here that we may want to look at too, and she's just stomping and stomping. I don't feel anything precious.
I think you've forgotten. Lagolla's down there by herself with monsters. Just saying.
Lagolla and Letty, it is your turn again. Before the monsters get to go again.
And you would have heard that Letty would have called down this isn't the way.
Yeah. I guess I'll just. Well, actually, there is one thing I want to check before I do.
What you doing?
Oh, okay. So the unicorn has already taken damage. There's 2 things I want to do. The first thing is, you said there is a massive egg in this room near the ladder. Is that correct?
Yes, there is.
And the egg did not change at all when we triggered the magical trap?
No, not at all.
Okay, so if this is my action, let me know. But is the cinnamon smell, is this because I've smelled it on the chair, on tapestries, and then other various things. Is the smell coming from this egg? Is it the source of the smell? It
is a source of a cinnamon smell, but it's not the same as, because Dulcinea's was a blend of this sugar and cinnamon and a few other things that are intrinsically more human. This is pure cinnamon and chocolate, and it's similar, but it's not quite the same. It's not matching perfectly. It's not the source that you're looking for specifically.
Because if she ascended, she would have evolved like a Pokemon. I'm just kidding. I'm going to shoot the unicorn with my bow, given it's already taken damage, and that'll hopefully take it out.
Sure.
That's a 6, so that's a success.
Yay.
Great. Give me some damage rolls.
That's a 6. That's max
Oh
damage.
my.
Nice.
All right. With sort of a beautifully aligned bow shot, you shoot straight and true into the neck and under the head of this unicorn as it jerks back and then falls to the ground. Its sort of cotton candy body almost just not able to hold its own structure up as it pulls down.
Letty, I know there's a rule against me doing the thinking in this group, but aren't eggs a type of vessel of some sort, wouldn't you say?
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Well, this egg
Sure.
smells like cinnamon, and everything of Dulcinea's has smelled like cinnamon. Maybe I'm connecting dots that don't exist, but I feel like maybe she's transforming in an egg.
Well, would Letty have been able to tell what kind of egg this is? Like what this might hatch into?
You
Okay.
wouldn't have the knowledge
Okay.
if you'd read the journal, maybe.
I was trying to.
But some people wanted to play with their freaking.
There is information to be had in the
So-
library.
I believe you.
Um,
I wanted to do it. Believe me.
Well, someone keeps getting bored. We didn't bring enough toys in our journey.
Adelaide has
Set the
animal
thing on
husbandry.
fire.
Would animal husbandry be able to figure out what kind of an egg? I feel like if you do animal husbandry, you know what eggs grow into.
And
You
Lagolla has
do.
fishing, so if it was
This-
a sea creature.
I maybe I didn't quite describe it well. This is like a 5 foot big tall egg.
Oh, that's
It does
If
not.
Dulcinea
big.
described her...
As somebody with animal husbandry, you know this egg does not look like an egg that you would have ever seen. This does not match an animal, you know. Oh,
Oh,
like a dragon's egg or something.
thanks for the gift, Steven.
yeah, I guess
Thanks,
so.
Stephen.
Gift subs.
I made an Indiana Jones reference before in your honor.
I didn't get it.
I got it. I got it.
In the Latin alphabet, Jehovah starts with an I. It's when Indiana Jones is going through at the end of Last Crusade, and he goes and he's stepping on the floorboards, and you have to spell Jehovah on the floorboards, but he spells it with a J, but the J is fake, and so he falls to the floor. It's basically what Lagolla was doing. It's basically what Lagolla was doing.
Yes, exactly. I got it.
You might not get it. I'm going to guess the designer of this adventure. You said it's inspiration. I'm just going to throw that there.
She watches this so she can tell you, maybe.
There you go.
Anyway, I've lost track of it. Letty, you haven't gone yet. What are you doing?
I have not.
There's only
I
a
mean-
snake left. I shot the horse with the horn.
I'm coming.
And so, yeah, Letty will climb back down the ladder. try to help
As
her.
you go to try to do this,
No.
the ladder suddenly retracts and the trap door that was just kind of leaning against the wall slams shut, and you go to try to grab and pull it and you cannot get out.
Bro.
I didn't even want to freaking come up here. God damn. I was just going to the ladder.
Whoopsies, that looks bad.
Shit. Is there any way I could do something to open the door or open it back
This-
up? Like,
The floor is
Tinkering
made
or
of
something.
stone. Just collapse a panel of the floor.
You can give me a wits check for a hint because you
Okay.
do actually. I gave you the answer to this on session 2, which is ages and ages and ages ago.
I play in 5 games a week.
I know. I'm joking. I know. I don't expect anybody to remember this. I see
11.
Melissa grabbing the notes, but yeah, 11. That's why I'm happy to give hints. This reminds you that Rory talked about Dulcinea always needing to sing a song when she was visiting them. And you look over at the weird sort of markings on the wall that Adelaide pointed out, and you realize they're notes and roughly skewn with little lines in between. And you think, as you read them, I'm just going to say you can read musical. It's like do 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 do. Yeah.
Yeah, was this the song that like we would know
Yes.
the? Like, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
It's not. It was a Pokemon. What was it?
Yes, it
What
was.
was the reference to?
It was that one.
reference. It was a
It's the
Lathington
Pokemon.
Pokemon reference. Yes, I made a
Pokemans.
Pokemon reference. I'm allowed to.
I'm
It's
too
my
old for
game.
these references. I know Indiana Jones. I don't know Pokemon.
Well, I don't know Indiana Jones, and I should, but I know Pokemon.
Wow.
But you know what we do know? We know that we want to welcome in High Shelf Collective. Thank you for the raid.
hello.
Look at you with your transitions. Look at this. Look at Melissa.
Twice.
Thank you for the raid. That's awesome. Okay, so I can sing this song.
Mhm.
Can I beatbox it? Would that work
I'll
too?
allow it. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm not going to actually beatbox because that would destroy the mic and it would but imagine she's like,
Fiddle all over your
You know.
screen.
Yeah. So that's what she does. She's gonna beatbox the Pokemon song.
Okay. And as you kind of do, you hear the unlocking of the door, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be your turn for this time.
welcome to Lavender Town. I don't know what the
They can do the Pokemon rap at the end
no.
of
Does that
every.
do Funky Town?
No.
But Lavender has way too many syllables. There's
If
way
he's
too many syllables.
beatboxing, he's got to do the 151 Pokemon rap.
Okay.
po- 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 po-
So, God, Lagolla, you hear the sort of the trapdoor lock, and you see them like trying to jiggle the handle a little bit, and then you hear this beatboxing. No, I can't even do the beatboxing, but you beatboxing version of do 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 do.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I just saw my waveform. Didn't look good. Shouldn't have done that.
Oh no. All right. So you think you're by yourself, at least for this section of the round. Luckily, you did
I
roar.
have Ghost,
Well, Ghost is just like laughing at you guys watching.
but I'm
you
not
fumble.
alone. I'm just fawning
Fair,
over
fair,
the
fair.
bird.
Now would be the perfect time for that big ass dragon egg to hatch and just eat Lagolla.
The licorice serpent is coiling around and seems to be making its way to the staircase away from you as it starts to just go down and out of your line of sight for its turn as it runs away from you.
I don't remember
Um,
snakes being able to read.
Maybe it learned. It could have been wearing glasses. Adelaide, you hear Letty start to beatbox this tune next to you, and the door seems to unlock. So you think you can get down.
That's so good. That's exactly what we need. I'm gonna go. And Adelaide goes down the ladder because the door's unlocked now, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
As long as Letty is singing it, you can get down.
And Adelaide will join
Spit
in.
all over her
like,
hands.
Not gonna do it as good as you're doing it, but bum 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 bum.
Yeah, there we go. Very good. So you easily get back down to the menagerie, and you don't see the snake, but you do see a sort of a pool or a mound of cotton candy, and you see sort of this decapitated gummy bear still there.
The snake went down the stairs.
And Adelaide looks back towards Ghost. Is there anything we could... So if we finish up here, do you think maybe we could make another deal?
What do you want? What are you interested? What are you buying? What are you selling?
I mean, that's... my
Derek
favorite
gets
thing.
my references. I don't get yours, but me and Derek are on the same wavelength for references.
I have... do you like being anonymous?
In what way? In what way? This is curious.
Oh.
I'm interested.
Well, that,
I have a mask that when you wear it, even your parents wouldn't recognize you.
Ooh,
you like to
magical
Do
face.
sneaky things, right?
Yes, something
Well.
interesting.
That could help you do sneaky things.
What are you interested in?
My sewing kit, obviously.
But there's more emotional attachment to this. I like the emotions. Okay. I will take the magical Fey item and gift you back this sewing kit. For now. A lender in exchange, a borrowed book.
I don't have a book. I have a mask.
I think she's giving you an analogy.
I'm like a librarian. So yes, for now, you can take it back, and I will take the mask.
Okay.
Okay, leave it here. Leave it here.
Okay.
Leave. Give
Emily
it.
puts it on the ground.
Yeah. Good.
And
Good.
holds out her
Good.
hands.
Good. Take the sewing kit. Take the sewing kit. The sewing kit is now full sized, and the bird, like when you initially got a ride, it was tiny
Right.
because you were tiny. So the ghost can no longer pick up the sewing kit anyway.
So Adelaide takes the sewing kit back. Not that she thinks she's going to need it for this, but it's emotionally important to her. So she wants it for the same reasons that Ghost wanted it. And so she kind of tucks it back in her pockets. Thanks. Letty, are you coming down?
Yes.
Letty is almost out of spit from all the beatboxing.
Letty, I'll say we'll be out of initiative for the moment. You can definitely get back down the stairs or ladder.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll let you know.
It's just like super out of breath.
Go up there. The door closes. It's not her bedroom. It's somewhere else. I think we need to set that egg on fire or whatever. And I need to write this book. Maybe there's something like a clue or something in here. And I'm really out of breath and spit.
Well, I don't entirely disagree with you about destroying the egg, but the only thing I'm concerned about is that if we break the curse, presumably that destroys Dulcinea, and I'm afraid that messing with the egg could trigger something worse. I'm not opposed to it, I'm just paranoid.
Okay. That's a fair point.
We could still try looking around. Like, is there anywhere that we haven't looked here yet?
Well, if we're trying to find her bedroom, I wonder if I should have inspected that bedroom tapestry further, but we first have to kill the snake so that I can do that.
I thought the snake went downstairs.
Which is where the tapestry is.
Oh, okay. Then maybe we should do that. And then
How long is spending time? Spending time's like a short rest, right?
Yes. So if we are talking about a picnic, let me just grab the quick guide. I believe it should be essentially a short rest for a picnic.
short break once per day.
Thank you.
Consume one meal, spend time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this seems like a reasonable thing to do. Like,
we've got,
we've
got what, 3 days? Like, I think we've got time to spend a little bit.
So it's going to consume one of your rations for the picnic, and then you do get either a heart die back, or you can use a heart die for health, or neither of those.
I'll take a heart die back.
Sure. Okay. So you guys need to, before you take that, go downstairs to, I guess, the book, or lock yourselves up here, or do it.
Oh,
or are you having a short rest? Oh, yeah.
Should we do it here? It doesn't look like that egg is hatching, does it?
No, it has not moved at all.
Okay.
If possible, I would like to try and study the tapestry with our picnic so that I can see if I get any useful information from it. That would require us killing the snake.
And that
was there any chairs or anything, I assume, in the library? Someplace
There was the plush sort of mini sofa that you could take.
It's a mimic.
Maybe. If I'll sit in there, looks like that's where she was sitting. I can get in her mind a bit, I can kind of, get a feel for her,
I mean, what if you develop a taste for children?
Who says I don't already have one?
No,
I didn't consider that when I
down.
originally
Kids.
signed up to raid with you or adventure with you, so fair point.
I don't really like kids. You saw what
Rory
happened when
loves
I
you.
talked to Rory. It's just like the worst thing.
I don't know if I'd consider him a full child. Maybe that's why he's the one that survived.
She puts the hat on. Are you coming?
Adelaide, when did you develop ADD? The adults are talking.
Oh.
Seriously?
Okay, so yes, are you guys going back downstairs?
I think
Sure.
Sure. Okay, so what's the quote unquote marching order?
I'll go first because I like being bitten by snakes.
Very good. All right. So Lagolla, because you're kind of predicting it, you can give me a grace check with disadvantage as this thing is hiding in wait. Nope.
I got a 14 and an 8. So I passed both.
Great. So with a 14, you kind of have your bow ready, you're expecting it. And this snake, because these spiral staircases often are made with sort of iron and have holes kind of in them in between. This snake was curled and coiled around that center pole, almost blending in completely. And it sort of jumps out and tries to strike you, and you just are ready with the bow and arrow. Give me the grace check, please.
Okay.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
Yeah, I know that reference. I got a 10. I succeeded.
All right. With a 10, give me the damage.
Another 6.
Nice.
And 6 damage. You quickly aim and perfectly shoot out, sort of pinning an arrow through the top of the mouth of the snake and shooting it back till it dings on the wall behind you. You have cleared it.
Oh, well, I knew it was going to jump out. I just didn't know from where. I think we should be good. There was only the 3, right?
I think so.
Okay,
Guess that
well,
damn egg hatches and comes down and eats us while we're sipping tea. But, other than that, everything's fine.
there's a human-sized egg. I imagine we'll hear something thumping around down the stairs. We could get a auditory warning.
All right.
Okay.
So as you guys get ready for a picnic, I'm happy to let you kind of look at one thing during your picnic. And as you kind of think about it, a beautiful little picnic blanket kind of appears in the air and folds down with a little bit of cushion here and there. And Lagolla, you feel like your changeling sort of godmother kind of come around and interesting places you take us, but this is going to be as safe as you get, I think, for you. A blanket. And you do have a place to sit as well, other than the plush reading chair that I believe Letty is going to take. Points of interest that you guys have done is you do have the bedroom tapestry, you have the garden tapestry with the green sort of liquid tea next to it. You've got a lot of books in here that people can do checks and rolls to check. And then I will give Letty the journal specifically, and that'll probably be what she reads.
I think Lagolla would want to study the bedroom tapestry, seeing as how we went 2 floors to find the bedroom.
Yes. Okay. And Adelaide, is there anything specifically that interests you out of that list?
Adelaide might look at the rest of the books that are here.
Okay.
And definitely judge books by their cover.
Very good. Okay, so let's start with Letty. I am going to show you 2 pages, and I think I can do it this way. And if you would like to read those, that would be great. If not, I will read them, as it is going to include important information that you guys maybe missed in the Eternal Ball or throughout, which is fine. It's a summary of everything that you'll need to know about the quest so far.
Okay.
And in the meantime, Lagolla, you kind of study this tapestry, touching it, pushing into it. You can smell that cinnamon and sugar and sort of human scent emanating from it, really. But roll me a wits.
I got a 13, so I failed because my wits is only 10.
Does anybody want to sacrifice a heart die here?
Yeah, happy to. full up again. So I did not come prepared with my heart die.
Hot.
4.
Dice.
Oh,
4.
nice.
Perfect. So Lagolla, as far as you can tell, this is a mundane tapestry. You put it, you try to like pull out some threads from it and they come back in. So there's definitely, it will recover and repair itself. So there's a level of magic here, but there's something that key thing that you are missing that doesn't appear to be in this tapestry. It's a beautiful bedroom. It's got a 4-post sort of canopy bed. It's sort of in a dark red shade. It's got a beautiful lush sort of rug on the ground with beautiful dark wooden flooring. Yeah, Jeff's read it, but I'm giving him time to prepare for reading. But as far as Lagolla is concerned, unfortunately, even with a success, all you can do is you know 100% that you cannot do anything with this right now. There's something missing. Adelaide, you are kind of inspecting the bookshelves. Roll me a D10, and if you get a 7, roll it again because that's what Jeff got.
I rolled a 10.
10.
I rolled a D20 and just divided, so it took me a second.
Okay. Well, you're very lucky today. So as you're kind of searching and you find a book called The Greatest Magical Achievements of Our Time on the cover. And as you go and grab it to pull it out to take a look at it, you hear a click as you have, with your 10, found the book that unlocks a secret experiment room to investigate after. You guys have had your picnic. Now, Letty, are you ready?
Yeah,
ready
what's
to
up,
read?
dog? Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Okay.
Go for it.
You ready?
Imagine she's doing this while you're all studying.
Okay. The magic is strong here in Tanglewood. Even as a novice witch, I can feel it. This will be the perfect base where I can pursue my quest. The pixies have been quite hospitable. I've charmed their queen into teaching me the magic she knows. I would like to get a look at her wand. The properties of honey align with my goals in certain ways, so it may prove useful. The wand is useless.
There's gaps.
I'm now closer to discovering the secret to longevity. Now, perhaps I should not be so hasty. I found that, though not the answer to my deepest questions, honey is magically potent and easy to work with. I must experiment with other sweets and see if they can enhance my craft. I can't believe the thought hasn't crossed my mind before now. Who lives longer than the Fae? Who are more internally beautiful? If anyone has the secret to youthful longevity, it's them. I need to find an entrance to the Fae realm, and I believe I have a lead. I do not know how long I was trapped in that accursed place, though by the state of disrepair of my tower, it must have been years. No matter, I think I finally have my answer. A foolish fairy traded to me what they saw as a trinket, but I know is a treasure. With this so-called periapt, I now have a way to keep my soul preserved, even in death. I just need to craft a body worthy of hosting it. The experiment with my chocolate knot has been successful. Here is the most human-like of my confectionery creations. But if I'm to bridge the gap between sugar and flesh completely, I'll need to try something different. I have an idea, but I'll need to do some research into binding rituals in children. Things are progressing quickly. I can hardly bear to have the vessel out of my sight. I've fallen asleep in my experimentation chamber more nights than I'd like to admit. Perhaps a change in location is in order. The moon is full. The children are gathered. The vessel is complete. All that's left to the task is the doing. My victory over the unending march of time is so close, I can almost taste it. finally, all of my sacrifices will come to sweet fruition. But I'll get ahead of myself. Tonight, a ritual. Tomorrow, my true life begins. And then there's a bunch of like weird, like marginalia, you know. She draws things. She likes to doodle. I like to doodle too. I feel like that's common ground.
She does like to doodle in sort of the margins, and some of them look, to Letty especially, awfully a lot like very close to arcane sort of symbols that you're familiar with.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness.
So,
Yeah. So she's
Did you
very
say-
interested in this.
The so-called period. It's like a necklace. It's like an amulet. It's that's probably the thing we got to get. That's probably the item.
That makes sense.
Probably. Did you say chamber?
Well, yeah, I said the chocolate night. She had an experimentation chamber. She was messing around with things.
and as
So-
you look towards towards Adelaide, Letty is standing in front of an open door that did not exist before, as the entire bookcase has swung with the.
So I pulled a book that I thought was going to be really interesting, and it's a secret
I
passage.
told you we shouldn't have left this place. Crikey, great job, Adelaide. Great job.
Australian.
Or not. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I am anymore.
That's not good.
So maybe that's the place, and then that's the thing.
Okay, we should check it out. What did you get from looking at the tapestry, Lagolla?
You know, it's magical. It self-repairs.
That's cool. That's interesting.
Okay. Well, some of us really contributed in this. Used
You're right.
this past
I
hour.
Killed a
Pretty
unicorn. I
effectively.
killed a snake. You know.
You ruled it out.
I'll
as
loosen
the
the
next
unicorn.
possible. I didn't do anything with any of those. I was really unhelpful. I just got
No,
walked upstairs.
you ran upstairs. You did. You should run down those stairs. You can go first this time.
I've got the and she's, I feel like when you mentioned fidget spinner, she's just been like spinning the sword out to the side.
It's got some good circles.
It
in the
does.
hilt
It
for
does
that.
have some circles. You were right. I
wait
needed
a
a fidget
second.
spinner.
Wait
You
a
know her
second.
bedroom has a rug and a 4-post bed.
That's great. Wait. The vessel was in the the experimentation chamber. She moved it because she kept falling asleep in there. So the vessel's probably not actually in there. It's probably somewhere else.
Like the
Probably
egg.
upstairs.
Looks up slowly towards like the floor above.
You
Dulcinea.
guys all say that, but Lagolla, you did actually pass this check. Hearing talk of a vessel in that bedroom, that you turn and look at that tapestry again, and you see it's kind of a little bit blurry because this is a tapestry and it's not perfect as it would in reality. You see sort of almost like a standing mannequin in front of the bed, or against the wall across from the bed, I should say.
Like a mannequin, like something you would use to like make clothing.
Yeah, but like you think that, and it's a full mannequin. Like it's not just the ones used for sewing. It's got the arms, the legs, the head. It's yeah.
Well, in addition to having a lush rug and a 4-post bed, here's this interesting looking mannequin in this tapestry. It's person shaped. Perhaps
That's interesting. I want to go inside the chamber.
Okay.
As
Okay.
Have you
Adelaide,
finished your homework?
as Adelaide goes down, she sees a large work table that takes up most of the middle of this room, with handwritten books and arcane symbols and writing and papers kind of just cluttered everywhere upon it. Pestles, mortars, vials, and mini cauldrons are all kind of littered around this room. You do see sort of quite obviously an open book right in the kind of like the middle, and looking at the cover, it does appear to be a handwritten, and maybe Letty takes a look at this as well, specifically. It does appear to be more of a handwritten experimental magic book on detailing like almost the equations and the chemical compounds needed to do different magical events and things. You also, Lagolla, look over, and there is a box, a human-sized display case that is now empty. And that kind of also itches the back of your brain and makes you think back towards that mannequin you saw, which would fit perfectly in here, you think. If you'd like to search the room, you're welcome to. If you'd like to read the book, you're welcome to. Go for it.
There's a person-sized box.
Why don't you get in it? You like to explore things now.
So sassy. Oh, goodness.
I mean, it's empty. I can see that from here. But sure.
It has a false bottom.
We got to find our way into that damn bedroom. Because you're probably right. That's probably her vessel. And it's probably in her bedroom. But it's some sort of magic thing. All right, I'm going to take a look at the book. Maybe there's like some hints in here as to how to get inside the bedroom.
I'm going to go stand in the box, see what happens.
It's the man in the box.
That seems weird, but all right.
Adelaide in chains.
Okay. So Adelaide and Lagolla, you guys can give me D6 rolls. Letty, as you pick up this large, quite obvious book in the center of this table, you kind of let's say you flip to the front and there's conveniently a table of content. One thing appears to be sleepy time tea, soul sugar, dark chocolate night, synthetic body, soul call parapet, and a cinnamon dragon.
So what's that about the parapet?
What's that about the body?
What's that about?
What was that about a cinnamon dragon?
Oh, shit. There's
Adelaide and Lagolla, give me a D6 roll before we go into this. 5. And Lagolla, anything but a 5. 3. Okay. So Adelaide, as you kind of like get into this human-sized display case, you find sort of in the bottom back corner a small vial, and it looks like it contains a small amount of sugar. And based on your knowledge of Dulcinea, you're pretty sure this might be soul sugar. A very small amount of it.
Letty, did you say soul sugar?
Soul sugar? Yeah, that's it.
I think that's what was in this.
And Lagolla, as you kind of just like fumble around, you find on one of the tables a vial of what appears to be red cordelia, which you're not sure what it can do, but it appears to be a very food-safe liquid. And giving it a whiff, it smells like raspberry. Sorry. Okay. So yes. Otherwise, Letty, you've got some choices to read about. You probably don't have time to read everything, but you can definitely read specific topics. Give me a wits test to see if you can understand her writing, please. And tell me which topic you are interested in reading first.
2. Yeah, 2.
Good.
On my test. So that's a success.
Okay,
I can read them again. Sleepy time tea, soul sugar, dark chocolate night, synthetic body, soul call parapet, and cinnamon dragon.
Okay, the parapet,
soul call was
parapet.
Is it parapet? It's periapt, right?
I
soul call
definitely
parapet's like a part of a tower or something, or
that might be where I'm getting it from, because I'm more used to that being the word.
So
so the soul call, probably, because that showed up in a thing that seems important. That might be the thing we need. A freaking dragon would be nice to kind of know if this is like a threat. The body, I suppose. Her vessel thingy.
The body? We're going to start with the body?
The body seems like the vessel.
Well, I'm just going through like the ones that like Jeff thinks.
I mean, you wanted to do soul call, so do that one first.
Well, that seems like the item, right? Like that's...
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be interested in that. That's probably priority 1 for Letty.
Okay, soul call periapt. I've just listened to the Webster's pronunciation guide a few times. Additional research on the soul called Periapt itself is in this chapter. It explains that it is usually used by Fae who practice astral projection and encourages the user to kind of let their soul wander, and then this necklace, this Periapt, allows it to return to its body or a similar object. The souls are prone to fading away and becoming ethereal beings, such as rites or possessing any convenient vessel if left free and unattended for too long.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. So,
Did Lagolla tell us about the fact that she saw the ghost in the beginning in the kitchen?
I'm going to say you guys could probably all see that because you probably got in sort of the doorway area so you could watch Lagolla fumble her way through the kitchen.
Okay.
do we
I
think
like
that
how I'm
was
the
all?
graceful character, and I'm described as fumbling a lot.
Roll better.
We think that might have actually been her.
Oh,
That seems most likely, but then why not? Why wouldn't she have reacted to me in the slightest?
Okay, that's true. Well, we not only she might not be in her vessel yet, so if she's like dancing around like a crazy astral ghost thing, she probably still needs to get in her body.
And from the journal, it didn't sound like she was quite there yet. Like almost there. Like it was like imminent, but not quite.
From the journal, she definitely, you think that the villagers interrupted this ritual because the children were still children. They didn't get turned into soul sugar. So they were rescued properly.
Can Letty look at the synthetic body one next?
Sure. Roll me another wits, please.
Okay, dokie.
Shit. Someone want to give me a heart die? That's a 16 over 15.
I can do it unless Adelaide wants to.
I mean, I have 3 left, so
I also have 3.
I literally just need a 1.
go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll roll. How about a 4?
All right.
No, I prefer the 1.
So Lagolla kind of leans over Letty's shoulder and goes, sorry, I'm doing you. I shouldn't.
Is that what I sound like?
To Letty, yes. That's
to
exactly
Letty.
what you sound
And
like.
starts to like nosy and point at some of the symbols that she recognizes that you maybe missed. The creation of the creation of my youthful body is my main concern. And you can see she's actually got pages and pages. Clearly, the woman that you saw that appeared transparent and for a moment was definitely older, 80, 85 years old. But she's talking about creating her synthetic body as a 20-year-old, younger and more able, but still having the brains and intellect and magical capabilities of her elder self, including improvements to enhance her beauty. This is something she talks about it at length, ad nauseum, as how she can make her like Dr. Frankenstein, who wanted that perfect, soft, supple flesh from all of the bodies that he stole from. She is in similar way obsessed with making herself or her fake body be as beautiful as possible. And that you finally, at the bottom of this, after having to deal with so many pages about beauty and aesthetics, at the very bottom, you find a detailed diagram of the final version of her body showing where the soul calparapet will go. I'm probably mispronouncing that again. A hollow in the body's chest where the heart should be. And there are strict instructions to not disturb it once placed. And with that, we're going to call it a close for tonight.
Okay.
You know where it is.
We
I think so.
know
You can
where
see
it
it.
is.
You
Yeah.
just
We
need to
know.
figure out how to get there. How do you
Stupid
enter
tapestry.
the
How
tapestry?
How do we go in the
Trash
thing?
can. Trash can.
You
maybe.
100% still have trash
Oh,
can to
yes.
call.
Like a trash can.
That sounds like
Yes.
a good call.
Yes. Step 1, trash can. Step 2.
Don't drink that level
There
1 potion
is-
that you get when you first start Obsidian.
I mean, there is
Obsidian
another
Runic.
tapestry with a potion
Or
next
Oblivion.
to it.
Yeah, but we don't want to go to the. Well, I guess if we went to the garden, that might have the bottles of the bedroom, and then.
Oh, yes. That
But I don't know
That's
if we all
interesting.
can
But
drink
that
from
will
one
be a
bottle.
puzzle for next week.
For
as
next
we will- next week will 100% be our finale.
Cool.
yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
You guys
should have
are
known
nearly
fun.
there.
we weren't going
It
to
was fun.
speed run this. We were going to poke.
You
I
could.
don't know, we
you
took
could.
out a bear and a unicorn and a snake pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
definitely.
mean,
dragon,
Adelaide
though,
did
man.
nothing to contribute to any
I
of
want
I
to
was
fight a
so
cinnamon
conv-
dragon.
I was so convinced that it was her egg somehow. I'm like, oh, she wants to transform into something
It made
more
perfect
than human.
sense.
But
honestly.
then dragon, yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, cinnamon dragon. Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
it
have
made
to read
perfect
the
sense.
cinnamon dragon thing next time to see
Yeah.
what we need to do to take care of the cinnamon dragon if it wakes.
I mean, there's also a page on the Dark Chocolate Knight, and you know he's loitering around the outside of this tower.
Sounds like he can continue to loiter out there.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to
okay.
have him knock the door down with that attitude.
That's he has to pay for damages.
He's going to get attacked by
He's good
cutlery
for
on his
it.
way in.
I
Oh,
get
yeah,
to
you
he
swing
guys
can
take
sword
care
twice
of
in a
all the
turn.
cutlery. The cutlery is disabled.
As Adelaide's standing there swinging her sword around. Because yet again, there's reading happening, and yet again, she is bored.
Yeah. Lots of reading.
Give her one of those flip books.
It's almost like you're, going after a witch who has had 80 years of study and book learning.
Mm-hmm.
And she she was so concerned about youth and beauty, she forgot to live. Just tragic, really.
So tragic. Adelaide
Well, she
could
was
just
going to.
put the sword down, like she puts the hat down, so she doesn't have to talk all the time. But this is more fun just to play an impatient character.
Yes. Yeah. No, and the sword is great. Like if you put it down, you might get attacked. It's better to hold on to it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All
Sure.
right. Jeff Garblag?
Sure, we can talk about them. So our friend Aaron, who used to play Gallicrow, he plays other games obviously on our channel still, but Tuesdays are becoming a little bit of a problem for him. But you can find him playing some games on Thursday on our friends over at Garblag during the day, especially if you're on like European UK time. You can see him there. He's playing some Otherscape, which is an awesome cyberpunk game that we've run on the channel as well. Other than that, you should also, another one of our friends, Dear Steven, has made a game. It's called Huckleberry. You should go to huckleberryrpg.com. You should learn all about it. It's a horror action cinematic Western. It's a lot of fun. We played it here. We played it over a couple weeks ago for Extra Life. That video will be dropping soonish over here on YouTube. But yeah, take a look. It's awesome. Lots of new stuff coming out every month. And it's all building up towards a backer hit later this year. Campaign crowdfunding. I think in October, I think he's targeting. I could be wrong. I could have just screwed that up. So sorry. Let's see. Other things. Tomorrow we're off. I don't know why I said Wednesday. Thursday we'll be back with more Swords of the Serpentine, where you can see everyone but Derek playing in that. Friday, you can see us playing through some Dragonbane, where you can see everyone here but Derek in that game as well. Saturday, we've got more Call of Cthulhu, as we're in Ethiopia, and I attacked them with hyenas, and I nearly killed them with hyenas. It was a lot of fun. And then on Monday, we're back. We've taken a little break on Mondays, and we're finally coming back. And we're going to be playing through some Time Watch. So honestly, start playing some Gumshoe, Swords of the Serpentine. I just love it. So why not just try something else in it? And so where we were playing Swords of the Serpentine, which is like sword and sorcery and like a Renaissance Venice sort of Time Watch. It's time travel. So we're gonna be time cops. We're gonna be like shooting lasers at dinosaurs and shit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna do some session 0 stuff. We're gonna make some characters, do a little world building, and it's not gonna be play session. It'll just be kind of creation session. But those are a lot of fun, especially with the people that we play with because they're weird. And then Tuesday we got the finale of Perils and Princesses. So awesome stuff.
I looked it up. Huckleberry drops in 167 days, 11 hours, 57 minutes, and 22 seconds.
Well done. Excellent.
Thank you.
That's October. Okay. Melissa, can you thank our raids once more time, please?
Yes, C+ content and High Shelf Collective. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. We are going to carry the raid forward. Let's see. Who do we want to do? Let's do Quest Keep. They're playing some D&D. So follow that raid. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Good game, all.
Bye.